So I'm mowing the lawn, hoping to get the last good guy stamp in my little notebook to finally get your mum to tickle my pickle while listening to random YouTube videos and autoplay, when I found out that Sneako began method acting for the role of Toothless in live action How to Train Your Dragon by getting his teeth knocked out by a burly bouncer and then proceeded to cry legal action afterwards. Let's talk about it. What happened, to give you a little bit of context, is that a bunch of groypers got kicked out of some club in Detroit and, while making a big deal about it, recorded the event happening and themselves shouted abuse at the bouncer, which, in fairness from the clip, does seem like was started by the bouncer himself. Following this, the bouncer does not miss his QuickTime event, jumps into the fucking stratosphere, and rains down an ungodly straight right, quickly explaining to Sneako sort of the core principle of fuck around and find out. Now, following this rather embarrassing turn of events, Sneako's teeth decided to look for a better owner, while none of the about 10 groypers who were there with him were ready to throw hands to defend his honor. Whether this is because he has no honor to defend, they're all ginormous pussies, or they're simply smart enough to understand they're in the wrong is unclear to me. Whatever the case might be, the internet went crazy upon the clip of Sneako receiving a pounding being released. A pounding which I can only imagine somewhat resembled the pounding that his ex-girlfriend received while he was sat in the cook chair watching her forget all about him. Now, from that memes were born, jokes were made, Sneako's dignity was harmed, but you'd think that's kind of going to be it, right? Surely, given how Sneako preaches about accepting your duty, being a good role model for all the men out there, and needing to be accountable for one's action, he 100% understands how putting his hands on a bouncer, even if quote-unquote just his hat, is an act of aggression, right? Fucking wrong. Sneako, being the same coward that he has always been, immediately thereafter said this.
Sneako here. He's got this busted up tooth. Smile for me, man. This was the security guard at this thing, at this event, right up here. Right up here. We got this guy jumped off the stage. No one attacked this guy, punched Sneako in the face. No one touched him. He jumped off the stage, hit Sneako in the face. I watched the whole thing happen. This was just right now? Just now. Just fucking happened.
The guy that he shut off the speech to go play his music, he just got rocked in the face. But I'm a non-violent person. You know, I care about America first. That's what it's all about.
Yeah, man. We'll take it through the legal necessary ways we got to do, because
honestly, probably press charges now.
No, this isn't going to be a particularly nuanced video, sorry not sorry, where we explore both sides, because frankly, if you give any credence to Sneako at all, knowing who he is, then every penny spent on your education was wasted, you're a disappointment to your mother, and you should find Jesus. Fundamentally, at the end of the day, the whole situation proves, once again, that Sneako is an emasculated fraud who desperately wants to be a man's man and fails at it at every step of the way. First, his girlfriend cooked him and it chipped his ego. Then he tried imitating every single alpha male he could get his hands on while getting outdebated as he tried emulating them, which once again chipped his ego. He then ran away from a fight with Brandon Buckingham, which chipped his ego. He then got banned off of multiple different social media platforms, which chipped his ego, and now he got smacked in the face by a bouncer doing his job, and it once again chipped his ego. Makes you wonder how much is even left. The funny and albeit somewhat depressing part here is the recurring theme of a pathetic lack of self-identity. When Sneako got cooked, he tried pretending like everyone should try it at least once.
Imagine seeing the girl you love
get fucked.
Get fucked.
You love her?
She's moaning pretty loud. Like, I don't know. But I think it's something everybody should do just to test. I know.
When he started idolizing the Red Pill, he tried debating like they do and behave like they do, and was made to look like an absolute fucking Tootsie Roll, losing debates to people like Destiny, Hunter Avalon, and even fucking XQC. When he started grifting for Islam, he got absolutely cooked by people like Abba and Preach, and just some random Christian high schooler apparently as well. When he got banned off of social media, he lied about the reason why to try and retain whatever was left of his dignity, And now when he put his hands on a bouncer and got fucking Falcon punched into the oblivion, what does he do? He rewrites the narrative. At the end of the day, the reality of what happened is remarkably simple. Sneako, and frankly quite a lot of people nowadays, have gotten too comfortable putting their hands on strangers, something that any proper man should be aware of the gravity of doing. This is a fucking security guard, a Belgian fucking blue hunk of a man whose job it is to, if necessary, forcibly remove people from the club. When shit goes down, it's his job to run physical damage control. And he'd put his hands on him? Sneako isn't a child. Sneako is a 25-year-old social media influencer who preaches accountability and challenges people he disagrees with on the internet to boxing matches, only to, when the offer is extended back to him, like it was by Brandon Buckingham, to pussy out and claim he doesn't want to fight and risk getting hurt.
And finally, when Brandon Buckingham is down to meet Sneako, he's there to box him. They're both similar sizes. Sneako would now rather just sit at home and tell jokes behind his computer.
I'd rather sit at home and yell at a camera, tell jokes than, risk my manhood falling flat for Brandon Buckingham, if I lose.
Or when he does actually get the stupid temporarily smacked out of him, like he did in this situation, some childish groiper threatens legal action on his behalf, and Sneako just sits there about to cry, now hopefully reevaluating his life choices as well. Also, not for nothing, but Sneako pretending like he didn't do anything and he's the complete and objective victim in this situation, when it seems, based on the clothing he's wearing and the clothing the dude who knocked the hat off of the security guard was wearing, like it was him who did it. It perfectly encapsulates how much of an actual fucking beta he is, if you believe in any of that shit, which he absolutely does, by the way. He is a habitual boundaries crosser and doesn't have a shred of accountability in his fake larvae personality. He initiated the physicality in that situation, and he fucked around and found out. Now, since this happened, Abba and Preach have come forward and said that they will cover the security guard's legal expenses if he does end up sued, so I can only hope that it does happen so that these absolute tools can take a fat loss, both IRL and then in the legal court. So, at the end of the day, just take your L, fix your fucking teeth, and grow up, you absolute man-child. That will be it for today's video. Leave a comment down below, hit that subscribe button, follow me on Twitch if you want live coverage or if you want to argue with me in real time. I have a goal set to hit 10,000 followers before the week is over, and I'm only 9,434 away. And as always, a sincere thanks to my paying followers. I like the non-paying ones also, but not nearly as much. Good night.